Hi friends, this is Chris with Josephine's Designs. I'm back today to share with you a haul from Amazon. And then I'm going to share with you a project that I've started. So this is kind of a two-parter. So first I want to share with you a haul from Amazon. So many of you know that I have been restructuring some of my planning to be more productive because March, April, and May are insanely busy for us. Not even like remotely busy. They are insanely busy. So one of the things I wanted specifically so I could do a monthly task sheet or a weekly task sheet in my planners. I don't want to change my planners. I want to stick with what I have and use them and be, judicious and what's the word I'm looking for? Responsible. I don't want to waste anything. I want to use what I have. And then next year I'll rethink that through. But I just picked these up off Amazon. I love anything with a graph or dot grid. So these were easy peasy. They're sticky notes. Done. And these are, I think they're 3.9 by 5.8. So I was going to say 4 by 6. So they're that will work. So I've got that. And then, hold on one sec. I'm going to change the order here. Alrighty. Now, I also picked up some things because I have been printing out this week pardon me, excuse me, my throat's still kind of goofy, a home binder. So, I found these and I kind of wish I hadn't ordered them, but because I found them on clearance at Hobby Lobby today. But I decided to hold on to these because I may use these for things for my kiddos next year for Christmas, to make some Christmas gifts for them. But these are just 3 different sets of Happy Planner covers. So you can just get the disc, get the punch, you can do it all the way you want to do it, and that works out perfect. So you get the lined with the pink rose, you get the It's Your Year with the gold, and the 3 or 4 different colors, and then you get Be a Flamingo and a Flock of Pigeons. So I think those are all cute, and actually I'm thinking of my daughter-in-law and my 2 daughters. So I thought these are really, really cute. And then for my home binder, I picked up some of these pocket sheets, and all of these, there's 3 of them, they're disc bound, and I will be using 8.5 by 11 pages, so this was really perfect. And I wanted something to be able to put things in pockets. So I will be back. We will be doing this together, and I will be showing you what I'm going to be working on for our home, for our finances, for my health, for just everything. And I bought like 3 different kits, and I'm going to combine, and then I'm going to break things out. So they come in sections, and I'm going to break some things out. So I'm super excited about that, and I can't wait to bring that back with you guys. I have everything printed, sorted, clipped. I just now have to punch them, and then I will come back with you guys, because I'm not going to sit and punch that in front of you guys. I'll show you how to punch, but not the whole thing. And then we'll put those together, and I'll probably do that in a series because there's so much. So anyways, as we get through May, first I want to get things in order for the wedding, and second I want to get things like put together and in order. I want my home back in order again. And I know that sounds like woe is me, but I'm not trying to make it sound like that. It's just sometimes you have to, grab the horse by the reins and just get on it. And this is one of the ways I'm doing that. I cost compare, I look at all the different websites, you know how that works. So anyways, at Amazon, it's pretty good. So, alright, so one of the things I'm working on, my husband, my youngest daughter, and I are doing a juice and soup cleanse with Jus, juice. And I got these off of a Living Social. I got, the discounts. And so we're doing a 3-day cleanse. We're having juice 3 times a day. And then we're having soup 3 times a day, which is just, veggies and that kind of stuff. They do put like rice milk and some things like that in there, which help give you a little bit of protein. And like one of the soups is split pea, one of the soups is red lentil, and then the rest are very veggie and fruit based. You can also have 3 egg whites per evening, and you can also have 2 cups of raw or steamed veggies, and you can have 2 cups of coffee and some green tea. So I'm assuming they're wanting us to have coffee that is decaf, because that seems to be kind of their focus. But I'm doing the best I can. I have to be really careful with medications I take. I cannot take medication if my stomach is not coated enough. So I'm kind of having to play with a little bit of the scheduling of this and kind of filling in a couple of spots with a couple of different things. But it's good anyways. It's great to drink juice 3 times a day, and it's really good for you. And with all 3 of us just coming off really bad head colds, and mine dropped into my chest for a little while, by God's grace, it seems to be clearing, and I'm so thankful, even though we still are having yucky weather, but anyways, the juice is, it's good. It's fine. I mean, we've juiced for years and years and years. I mean, for 24 years, maybe? I think so, 24 years. So, but it's kind of nice to have somebody else do it. We've never done that. I don't think my husband's thrilled about the cost, but he's willing to do the 3-day cleanse. So, he was just like, yeah, we got to do it. And he's like a real stickler. So, I'm not as much a stickler, and my youngest is not as much a stickler, though we are definitely benefiting from it. So, anyways, but we're doing that. And then after we come off that, I have been hearing a lot about body love. And I haven't read this. I just got it today. I just took it out, and it's live in a balance, weigh what you want, and free yourself from food drama forever. And I think I've shared on here, but I don't know. I grew up on constant diets as a little girl. My mom meant well, but these were really, really unhealthy diets. And a lot of them were. And then at 10 years old, she dropped me off at Weight Watchers, and I went in there by myself. And for years and years and years. And they're all great. There's really wonderful programs out there. I love Forks Over Knives, but we're not 100% vegan. We try to be, but we're not. This is a very protein, kind of a lower carb diet. And having been to the specialist lately, I know that I need to work on my cholesterol. I know that I need to, I've been looking at the lectin-free diet. I know that I need to up my protein and, focus on healthier choices. And so, I heard a lot of really good things about this, so I thought I'm going to give this a try. It looks a lot like the things that we would use, and I think there's things that we can substitute out. This is also, there's like very famous people who are doing this. Jessica Alba, I don't know Molly Sims, I think Chelsea Handler, I think I've heard that name. I'm terrible. Kate Walsh, I think I know that. And Emma Rossum, I know that one from, is it Phantom of the Opera? Anyways, but I just thought it sounded really good. I got it on Amazon. It was pretty affordable, and of course it was 2-day shipping. So really excited to look at this and kind of apply some of this stuff in our diet. And then second to last, I love Priscilla Shire. She is Tony Evans' daughter. She was a big part, and she was in War Room, that movie, and that book, and all the different books that are written to support that. And I cannot remember who I heard this with. Oh, I do know. I think I heard this on my my Praise and Pray group. Anyways, it looks really good. It is the DVD. There's 6 lessons. There's a study guide, and then there's a book. And our Bible study, I just found out we're really ending early. And I thought, that is always such a huge letdown to me. I wish, I love Bible studies that go year round. And anymore, you just don't find them anymore. So, this is one of the things I want to have in my arsenal to go to. So I'm super excited. She's still in there. This is by Crystal Evans Hurst. And let me just read a little about it. It says, in the 6-session video Bible study, Crystal Evans Hurst shares what she's learned about how to love and honor your life. Even when it's not easy to love, you will be encouraged to take an honest look at where you might have gotten off track, recapture peace in the midst of hard seasons, and focus on the promise of God's truth in your future. Even if the road is rough and your story is messy, you are a masterpiece that is simply a work in progress. So the different sessions are fight for your life, look at your life, embrace your life, develop your life, encourage your life, and choose your life. So I am super excited, and a little bit about Christy Evans Hurst, co-authoring the best-selling book Kingdom Woman with her father. Oh my goodness! This is another daughter of Tony Evans. I did not even know that. Well, no wonder Priscilla wrote this. That's wonderful. Okay, she reaches, pardon me, a wide audience, speaking at conferences, sharing on her blog, Crystal's Chronicles, writing for Proverbs 31 Ministries, which I love that ministry, and teaching and leading women in her home church as the COO, Chief Operating Officer of the Hurst household. I love that. She is a dedicated wife to Jesse and mother of 5. Wow, what an amazing woman. Well, no one. I love Dr. Tony Evans. If y'all don't know that, he's one of my favorite pastors. I love Priscilla Shire. I love Beth Moore. Priscilla and Beth do a lot of things together. I loved War Room. There are other ministries like Alistair Begg, and the list kind of goes on, but I'm excited. I don't know, I may not be able to wait on this one. I may have to get into there right away. But, okay, last but not least, let me share what I'm going to be doing. So, I grew up in a church that really never talked about Lent. And, Easter was a big thing, and we are affiliated with a Messianic Jewish church, which we focus on Passover and then Jesus' resurrection. So the history behind Easter, my husband struggles with. And though we have bunnies we had bunnies, we still do, because they're in the wild, but we had a rabbit barn and chicks and all that. So there are parts of that I can introduce into the house that he's okay with that. And there were, we did the resurrection eggs with our children. I mean, there's all kinds of wonderful tools out there. So one of my sweet friends had invited me online to join a group called Praise and Pray. And I think that's right. I think that's the name of the group. And there is a very sweet woman who leads a team of women who put out digis. And so my sweet husband has been printing these for me, and I have been getting things ready. And today I picked up a punched that's this size to do the tags. I even cut off a little section and took it with me so I'd make sure I got the right size, because there were 2 of that digi right here. There's 2 of those. So they were similar. So I took it with me. And I also had this in my stash. So here's what I did. I took just a envelope I wasn't going to use that came with my, mail information. And I just sat. My husband brought all these home. And I sat last night while we were watching TV. I mean, it was pretty late. So I probably, in an hour or 2, at the most, cut those out. I really had a good time. I don't know why it didn't irritate my husband, because it makes noise. But he was pretty good about it. And for the first, hour, we watched Andy Griffith, the old, in the beginning, Andy Griffith shows. And then he said, can we just turn that off? And I said, sure, because our youngest daughter was studying. Anyway, so I'm getting things ready. I also picked up, I have this in my stash, the Boho Vibes. I thought the colors were very comparable. And let me show you. I pulled some out, and I felt like these were a good fit. And they kind of just complement the kit of the sweet lady and her team that have developed this. She has an Etsy shop, and I just think she is amazing. She does a lot of Bible journaling type digis. I had sticker paper here, paper that's sticker backed. I didn't have that to give to my husband, so I'm literally just cutting these out and pasting them with my Yoo-Hoo. So, which is totally fine. I'm totally good with that. So, I've got that, and I still have a lot more to go. And not all of this is that same kit, but some of it is. And I'm not using these pages, so I'm cutting the digis out. And then I know it's a waste of paper, and either I'm saving it for scrap in some things, or I'm just, if I've used up most of it, then I just toss it. So, there's that. I picked up the cross one, several of the Bible study ones, like books of the Bible, sorry. And then the Spirit of Spring, I think I picked up Blossoms. I picked up many, and they're very reasonable and affordable. So, here's what I'm doing. And I pulled the pages, and it takes a little over 2 rounds of the papers that I want to use. Like, I don't want to use the Dreamcatcher. I don't want to use, I'm not a big fan of the deer antlers. That's just not my thing. Or the teepee. I mean, the teepees are fine. I just don't think it's appropriate for this. And so I have all my papers pulled in the order I want to use them. And then I have the extra 2 that I was going to put on the front and back, but I decided against it on my journal. So I'm developing, and here's my glue book. So when I, glue these things, I just do it on my glue pages. And then when it gets too sticky, I tear off the page and I fold it in half. So there's that. And then I use those in my junk journals. So here is my, some of y'all may remember this book. This is a Delusions by Ranger, and that's Diane Reevesley's line. And she's the designer for it. And so I covered it with washi and rose gold. And then I cut out some of the digis and put it on here. And I'm sorry, I know this is really shiny. And then I used the Sargent, it is the glitter glaze. And I covered it. And there's one little section right there I have to go back and do, because that's where the rubber band was when I was doing my thing. So here's the back. And my youngest daughter, and I was very careful to do all the edges because I didn't want anything to pull apart, especially this washi. And I took my time. I did many, many layers on the washi, and then I put down my digis, and then I covered those up really, really well because I know that this is going to get like thrown in a bag. And then, so this is how this works. So I will stick my little envelope down in there because I didn't want to just stick them in there because they get stuck. You know what I mean? So, and I, cut out one of the little titles on the sheets, and then I started. So here is my first page, Grace and Hope, Praise and Pre-Shop, and then I will go and start. Yesterday was the first day of Lent, and I'm embarrassed to say I didn't get the book until today, but I'm okay with that. I can do 2 days. It's not a big deal. And here is the book. So, let me get that out of the way, sorry. So, it is inspired from the Passion, and it is, okay, I want to make sure I'm still videotaping. It's by Dr. Brian Simmons, a 40-day devotional for Lent and Easter. So, it's called Grace and Hope. I ordered this off of Amazon, so that's why it all kind of fits together. The digis are on Etsy, and the Praise and Pray shop, the Praise and Pray group is on Facebook. And so, and I think like Monday nights they get together and just craft and talk and, that kind of thing. I go to Bible study on Monday nights. So, I just have to see. But I just want to show you. So let me give you like an example. So you have day 16. So you have a scripture reference that you can read. And then, and it gives you that here. And then you get the devotional. And it takes you through what the author is wanting to point out. And then it takes you to a Lenten prayer. So every day you spend a little bit of time getting ready for the remembering that Jesus was, hung on a cross. He died. He was resurrected, and that he is the Son of God. And so it is an amazing time to do this for me. I own the Passion and I have never seen it, and I will tell you why. Many years ago, I did the book of John in a Bible study, and it literally lined up, and they didn't do it on purpose, it just ended up that way, with the Resurrection Sunday. And I remember for the first time ever, and not that I didn't ever think about it before, not that it never crossed my mind, not that it didn't impact me before, but this impacted me so heavily that year. The story, that what we read and studied in the Bible of that time up to the resurrection, through the resurrection, and then, up to the crucifixion, through, the 3 days after, and then the resurrection. And then we also did a walk They had a outside, out in the country. This church was in the country, and it was a very long walk, and it was guided, and literally there in the distance were three hanging on a cross. And, of course, there were actors that were acting this out and telling the story. And it was we took all of our kids, my husband and I, and Texas in the spring can be warm. So I remember that day was a very warm day. But doing that in conjunction with the Bible study, it impacted me in a way like none other. And then as we are a part of a Messianic Jewish church, which means this is a church that focuses on the Hebraic roots of Christianity, but yet they honor Jesus as Messiah, because the Jewish church is waiting for Messiah still, but we acknowledge that Jesus is Messiah. And so it's a Christian it's a Christian church, and our pastor's amazing, and they've moved further south, and we've decided we're gonna hoof it. We're just gonna keep going. We love and adore this pastor. And we are, when my parents were both so ill, we didn't get to always be there as much as we didn't get to hardly be there. And, but our pastor, literally the night my mom was passing, stayed up all night texting me, because I asked him to pray, as I put out a prayer request to so many people. And he sent me, encouragements. He sent me, scripture. He sent me, just very kind words. And he was so sick. He had the flu, and I was really missing. He was out of state. They were honoring his beautiful wife's mother, who was, I think she was turning 90 or 90 something. And I told my husband, I said, I've never seen a pastor with such a servant's heart, and that is so rare. And he's like, you're 100% right. There's no one like Randy. And I said, I know. And so anyways, God has called my husband back to this church. Our daughter, we all feel, my husband was trying to find a church that was closer to home, trying to find a church that would better suit our daughter. There aren't many people there her age. And, but God has really kind of guided us back. So they have a big Passover every year. And so we love the Passover. We've gone, I don't know how many years now. And like last year, or 3 years ago, we ran into our Bible study leader and her husband and I think her sister, and I don't know who else was with her. And so last year they all came and we filled our own table out. It was so much fun. And this year we're going to do the same thing. I've got to talk to my Bible study leader and see if they want to come and be our guests again. And it's just an amazing, my Bible study leader is, at times, sometimes she'll be leery about Messianic Jewish, certain churches within that have that same title. But this church is very affiliated. We meet in a Baptist church. It's very affiliated with evangelical Christian churches, very solid doctrinal, based churches. And my husband and I laugh and say, it's a very, almost like a Baptist church, but with the Jewish history there. It's just really, which I grew up Baptist. I worked for the Southern Baptist as a missionary in children's ministries and, all these different things in youth. And so anyways, and that church has had a bit of a change as well over the years. So this church is just a real blessing. So my heart is to get prepared again, because the last 2 years I had lost my dad and my mom, or last year and a half I'd lost my dad and my mom, and my dad was very, very ill. So I couldn't have that same attention to, Resurrection Sunday and, the death and resurrection of Jesus. So when this kind of popped up in my feed, which I joined these things online and I just never have time to do them. And I just decided, it's time. Okay, God, it's time. And I'm sure Satan is going to try to trip me up. That's going to happen. But I'm excited to do this study. And if you are doing this in preparation, you can even get it on a Kindle, which I ordered also on a Kindle. And I would just encourage you, if you're doing this, go, if you want to, you don't have to, you can go to the Praise and Pray shop on Etsy and pick up the kit that supports it. It's the Spirit of Spring, and I can't remember all the others. I'll try to list them below. And Lynn is just a very lovely person, and very talented, and just amazing. And anyways, if you're going to do this year, please reach out to me. Leave a comment. Email me at josephinesdesigns.com@gmail.com. It's listed below. And let's pray for each other as we each go through this time of where we prepare our hearts to understand the amazing thing Jesus did for us. So, there you go. That's what I'm doing. And I'm sticking to it, Lord willing. So, even though my work schedule's become crazy. But, and just so you know, the reason I pulled these out is I'm going to use these gorgeous goodies. And there's like journaling cards in there and everything. And I may like put the journaling, put this down, put the journaling cards, and then, you know, write in the journaling cards, you know, write my, you know, whatever it is I feel like I'm going to be doing. Whether I'm going to, I do better if I write to Jesus or I write to the Lord. And I do that in my, my faith planner. And I'm, you know, I think at this point, I'm not really 100% sure if I'm just going to go through and answer the questions or what I'm going to do. Or just write out, bullet point the things that meant the most to me. I'm not sure yet. But I'm excited to play. So, and like I said, I just got this in the mail this afternoon. So anyways, okay. That's it. I'm going to quit yakking at you. God love you. So this was kind of a little bit of everything. From healthy lifestyle to more Christian Bible study and getting productive and setting up my family binders and all that. So just a little bit of everything in this haul. So, all right, my dear sweet friends, I pray this really encouraged you and blessed you. I so appreciate y'all, and so many of y'all write me the sweetest messages that when I share this, it encourages you. So I hope this encourages you today, because that's what this channel is all about. It's about encouraging each other. And anyway, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. You know, like, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Subscribe. We're going to be having some drawings when we hit the 1,000 mark, 1,200, 1,400. There's going to be some really neat, you know, members, and you have to be a member to be part of the drawings. I'm super excited. And so like, subscribe, hit that notification bell. Videos come up every day. Some are long, some are short. Boy, this one went long. I'm so sorry. And there was just a lot to talk about in this one. So anyways, and then there's lots of crafts with me, planning videos, a few hauls. I'm cutting back on my hauls, but I really thought about maybe I shouldn't share this with you guys, but the more I started putting that notebook together, the more I started thinking about these Bible studies and this healthy eating option, and being productive in my home and in our business and all the different things I'm doing. I just felt like these are things that I feel like God's laying on my heart, and so I just wanted to share with y'all. So, all right, that's it. I'm done. All right, I pray your day is blessed, creative, and lovely. I'm sorry I still sound goofy. This cold is still lingering a little bit, but we are so much better. And I'm so happy to have been here with you today. Again, I pray your day is blessed, creative, and lovely. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will be talking to y'all soon. Y'all take care. Bye-bye.